Been begging for them dollars, cause she wanna make college. Coming straight off the trip hole. Here to tell me what you wanna do. Tell me what you wanna do.
Welcome back, Veteran X fam. And make sure you hit the subscribe button notified every time your boy drops a video, man. Alright, coming at you with Dave Chappelle on Jon Stewart 2022 Mark Twain Prize, man. Bro, Dave Chappelle just funny as hell. I don't care what he doing, bro. It could be stand-up, accepting an award, giving out an award. He just funny, period, man. So I'm definitely excited to hop in onto this one, man. Something new. So without any further ado, let's hop right into it.
You know, this might come as a surprise to many of you. I didn't prepare a speech.
It don't surprise me, right?
But that's not because I didn't care. In fact, it's because I cared so much. If you could imagine sitting down and trying to write something about someone that you feel so much about, the way I feel about Jon, it's very difficult. I won this prize 2 years ago, and I'm imagining, Jon, that this is a surreal experience. I imagine you probably didn't even give a till last night.
See what I'm talking about, bro? It might make a speech party as hell. Might say you ain't give a shit until last night.
Jon, that this is a surreal experience. I imagine you probably didn't even give a till last night. And then last night, you saw all your friends gathering, you saw everyone dressed nice, and you realized you was still alive to see this.
Facts.
It's like getting a preview to your funeral.
It's like getting a preview to your funeral. Wow. Bro, Dave Chappelle, comedic genius, bro.
To see this. It's like getting a preview to your funeral. And our line of work, context is everything. And me and Jon have a very unlikely friendship. The context of that friendship happened in a comedy club in New York City. Jon being 10 years my senior. I was 17. The first time I saw Jon Stewart, right before he walked in the door, I heard two waitresses at the club talking about how handsome he was. And then they go, oh my God, there he goes. And I looked over and I said, hey, he's all right.
See, bro, he's just funny, bro. Love it.
So what happened was at night, I would go to the Comedy Cellar, and they put me on as the last guy every night.
There's 6 billion people in the world. You can't make 6 billion anything without some of them being very up. Open up a bag of potato chips. What are there, 40 in there? At least 5 of them are burnt and bent over.
It's the slot that they give someone that for some reason they think, let's just see what happens to this guy.
The thing I remember, being 17 in an adult world trying to make something of myself, is how kind he was. People like Jon made me feel safer. He's a friendly guy. Now, the early part of any comedian's career is embarrassing in hindsight because so many of us imitate our influences or try on different personalities to see what works. But Jon has been...
Facts, bro. That's why I try not to watch, of course, like growing up, bro. I mean, not growing up, but doing this YouTube stuff. Of course, I was a fan of reaction channels, bro. So that's why I try not to watch not to watch too many, so I won't like imitate anybody or whatever. Like nothing against any other reaction channels or whatever, but you want to kind of be yourself. You don't want to, but it is a habit of when you starting this shit to, it's basically, you basically like taking pieces of everything that you watched and it become you until you find yourself. Like, luckily, I was able to find myself now, so.
It's been the same since the very first time I met him. Nice and present. In 1999, he got The Daily Show. That show languished for...
What the fuck? The Daily Show been going on that long? Dang. Jon Stewart got that long one.
In 1999, he got The Daily Show. That show languished for 3 years before he got it. No disrespect to Craig Kilburn, but you know what I mean? Yuck.
Wow. I say, you know what I mean? Yuck.
No disrespect to Craig Kilburn, but you know what I mean? Yuck.
Stupid.
It was like the body of the show was there, but when John got the show, it had a soul. It made people take notice. And
That was dope how he put it. It had a body there, but when he got there, he gave it a soul. That was dope.
John got the show, it had a soul. It made people take notice. And in 2002, suddenly, somehow, he became the most popular news show on television. Actually, I know how. He had a good lead-in, Chappelle Show. And in that context, it was post 9/11. My career was the first time that I can really remember that there was a stove too hot to touch. No comedian was allowed to talk about the war or Janet Jackson's titty coming out of the Super Bowl. You remember that?
I said you remember that. I'm thinking about to say something else, right? That might ain't said Janet Jackson titty coming out of the Super Bowl.
Out the war or Janet Jackson's titty coming out of the Super Bowl. You remember that? You remember that memo that went around? As we've all learned in our lives, wartime is crazy in America. They do what Noam Chomsky called manufacture consent, and the news was off the chain. And John was the only voice that helped people decipher that madness. It was a really remarkable thing to watch.
We told you that it wasn't going to go so well. Yes, we called it shock and awe, but we meant that in the way of you'll be shocked at how it doesn't go so well. And that will make you say, "Oh."
He's been a great friend to me. I'm not here because I love Jon Stewart. I'm here because he loves me. Because there's never been a time that I called on him and asked him for his help that he wasn't the first responder. When it was half-baked and I was doing my first movie and I needed a celebrity lift, John was the first one to say, I'll do it. I don't even know if you smoke weed. You seem like a coke guy.
Damn.
The city close
Oh, damn. And he got Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson sitting there with the Kardashian. Damn, bruh. You got Steve Carell. That's probably Tina Fey right there. Is it? Oh, no, that's his wife.
The city close to where I live, Dayton, Ohio, had a terrible mass shooting. 9 people were killed, and I called my friends, and they all pulled up. But John, you were the first one that said, I'll be there. And just days after that massacre, we took that neighborhood and made a much better memory for them. They saw love and support from voices that they trust. When we were on Comedy Central, I picked the brand of irreverence. I said, I'll touch everything they say I can't touch. But John's voice became one that was synonymous with trust. And he left right before the Trump administration, the most cynical time in American politics. A time when nobody trusts our media, where a guy like Donald Trump can just say fake news and he say, I just believe this orange-head guy. And we miss you very much. During the pandemic, when my town was dying and I needed to help raise money to get the economy of the town straight, John was the first responder. He was terrified of COVID, and he got on a plane anyway after his friends had died, and he lost loved ones. He had the courage to get on a plane. He came out and met me, and we did shows that whole weekend. And every comic who came out there had been off for at least 100 nights. They were all nervous, and they were all scared, except for John. John did 25 minutes off the rip because he had something to say. Because he actually means what he says, because he actually thinks about what he says. A lot of comics will take this genre for granted. The younger comics, they do what I call wokes. They're not jokes. They don't know the difference between a good point and a good joke.
Listen to him. Listen to him. He about to give us some insight right here.
For granted. The younger comics, they do what I call wokes. They're not jokes. They don't know the difference between a good point and a good joke. Jon is very true to the muse. He takes a good point and he makes a good joke of it. Jon is a miracle to watch you work. You are a cure to what ails our culture. You are a voice that people consistently trust. I wish that you'd run for president. But I imagine that would be hard for a Coke guy to do. When you started your career, you never imagined that you would reach a point like this. And the Mark Twain Prize might feel like a finish line or an end to a movie. It is not. It is a starter gun. You were still young. You were still strong. You were still funny. And I do not have the words to say in front of these people how much I love you and how much I respect you. But just know, whenever you call on me, I will come, because you have been one of the greatest friends that I've made in 35 years.
Dope.
Congratulations. I'm honored that you got this award.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I got it before you,
No, you're not.
but I'm your lucky lead-in. Jon Stewart, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, baby. I can't thank you enough. I love you, my man. Thank you. I love you, too.
Bro, that was a dope ass entry, wasn't it? Introduction, bro. That was dope as fuck, bro. If you like this, please like this video, man. Comment some more Dave Chappelle. You want me to check out in the comment section down below. Share it so others we can see this video as well. And subscribe so you're notified every time your boy drops a video. Till next time, I'm out.
Thanks for watching.